When I think of San Francisco Rush, I think of huge jumps, extreme speed, awesome tracks with shortcuts everywhere, and most of all, good memories. San Francisco Rush was an arcade game from 1996, ported to the Nintendo 64 in 1997, and though the arcade version was better, the N64 version was pretty damn close. Loved this game as a kid, and it still kicks ass to this day. As it says in the title, this game takes place all over the streets of San Francisco. You'll race through the business district, over the Golden Gate, Chinatown, Beachside, and more. The levels feature shortcuts all over the place. These secret paths, they'll lead you to good advantage over your opponents, but they do involve some risk. Most of them are tricky to pull off without crashing and exploding into flames, but with a little practice, they're easy to get the hang of. You can also race all these courses in reverse and mirror modes, which gives it a nice variety. The car selection is pretty deep. They range from easy to control beginner vehicles to extreme performance supercars. You also have the ability to change the color of your vehicle. The sound is a slight letdown. The music from the arcade version is there, but the quality was reduced due to the limitations of the N64. There are also some strange popping noises that occur when a lot of sounds are present at the same time, especially during explosions. The songs fit the game's pace quite well, though there are a few questionable ones. God damn, that's just bad. Or good, if you're into bestiality. The jumps are one of the things that actually made this game great. The gravity is way off in this game. Cars get major hang time. But that's what made this game fun. I used to start a race in practice mode and just cruise around the city finding different areas to stunt. I shit you not, I would spend hours just hitting jumps over and over again, trying to see how many flips, rolls, and see how much air I could get. Needless to say, I was excited to find out there was a secret stunt area in one of the tracks. One of my buddies showed it to me, and it was tricky to get down there, and sometimes took more than one try. The cars flip over quite easily in situations like this. This is the closest thing you'll get to an actual stunt track in this game. Rush 2 featured a level similar to this, but with a lot more stunts and much bigger. Another problem was once you're down there and crash, it spawns you back to where you're supposed to be on the track, unless you enter the spawn in place cheat. That came in handy. The crashes are frustrating. If you crash hard enough or land on the roof of your vehicle, it's gonna fucking blow. Now luckily you spawn ahead a little bit so you're not completely thrown behind in the race and you'll still have a chance, but it's still aggravating every time it happens. I guess that's just part of the challenge though, and for me it doesn't really take away from the gameplay. There's hidden keys scattered throughout the levels, which I think unlock vehicles, maybe something else, I don't know. I never really went out looking for them. I guess I just didn't care too much to find them all. Speaking of hidden shit, there's a half pipe you can reach by jumping this gap in the freeway. Nothing too special here, just something fun to fuck with in practice mode. I really enjoy the handling in this game. It is arcade style, but nothing crazy, no breakneck turns or anything. Some cars handle easier than others, but they're all pretty similar. There isn't a huge jump from car to car, which is fine with me. It makes it easier to pick up and play. The graphics aren't bad at all for the N64. I remember thinking they were actually quite realistic at the time of the game's release. The cars do look pretty good, the city looks even better, and everything runs pretty smoothly with little to no slowdown. This game was and still is a great game that I spent a lot of time with as a kid, and coming back to it now is almost just as satisfying. I'm glad I can come back to this series and still have a great time playing it. Not many N64 titles have held up over the years, but this game has, and for that I have to applaud Midway. This was a great era in arcade racers, and this game helped pave the way for current-gen race titles. San Francisco Rush. Good game, good times.